This year marks the passage of the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote. To honor this event, the Historical Society of Carroll County has adopted the theme of breaking barriers. It also honors all the women over the years who've done so much to make our county a great place in which to live. Foremost among them was Mary Shellman. Her many achievements are a testament to all the barriers that she broke, and here's a short list of them. In 1863, Jeb Stuart's 4th Virginia Cavalry defeated members of the 1st Delaware Cavalry in a fierce battle we know as Corbett's Charge. Later, Stuart rode past the Shellman house, and he called out to a group of children, "There's a nice crowd of rebels." Mary was among them and responded, "I'm not a rebel. I'm Southern by birth, but Yankee in principle." Stuart then playfully declared her his captive and demanded a kiss as ransom for setting her free, and she begrudgingly obliged. That same week, Robert Clark, a young Union private traveling through Westminster on his way to Gettysburg, succumbed to typhoid and was taken to Westminster's Main Court Hotel. Mary showed up to fan him to try to reduce his fever. Despite her efforts, Clark died and was laid to rest in the town cemetery. As a side note, another soldier who died at the same hotel was Colonel Paul J. Revere, the grandson of the famous Paul Revere of Revolutionary War times. He'd been wounded at Gettysburg. More than 600,000 soldiers on both sides perished in the war. In 1868, there was a national call for a decoration day to honor the dead and be observed annually. They chose May 30 because it commemorates no specific battle, and there are many flowers in bloom then to decorate graves. No one in Westminster responded to the call, so 18-year-old Mary stepped up. She led participants as they marched to the town cemetery to decorate the graves of veterans. Today, Westminster claims the longest-running Memorial Day parade in the nation. Mary was one of only 2 women ever elected a member of the Grand Army of the Republic, the Union Veterans Organization. She was a prolific writer for local publications and penned speeches, songs, and original poetry. She was invited to read her memorial poems at Antietam Cemetery and Arlington National Cemetery. She wrote about her Civil War experiences and the pioneer days of Westminster. She founded the first Boy Scout troop in Westminster, and their summer camp was named Camp Shellman. She was also the only woman to ever serve as a member of the Boy Scout Council. Mary was an early suffragette. As president of the Just Government League of Carroll County, she organized a petition to Congress to win the vote for women. She was a member of the Women's Christian Temperance Union and sought to close down the town's 21 saloons. To help in her crusade, she organized a parade of 300 Boy Scouts and had them march through town singing, "Vote dry for my sake, Father. I'm asking the questions here. Which do you value the highest, your boy or whiskey and beer?" Mary supported the almshouse for the poor and the homeless. Today we know it as the Farm Museum. Conditions there were often substandard, but she eventually helped make it a model institution for the rest of the state to follow. She joined the Red Cross and raised funds and supplies for the victims of the Johnstown flood. Clara Barton herself sent Mary a Red Cross member pin. Mary had the first telephone in town and installed it on the 2nd floor of the Shellman house. She became the first manager of the local telephone company and worked as an operator. Alexander Graham Bell himself came to town to inspect the new system and surprised Mary while she worked at the switchboard. He later sent her a miniature gold and jet telephone pin. She also found time to appear in local amateur theatrics. But in 1932, her failing health caused her to move to Rockport, Texas, and live with her nephew. Mary Shellman died there at the age of 89 and was buried in Texas. Pretty impressive role model, right? Mary is an example of the butterfly effect, where one small change can trigger bigger and bigger changes all around it. I hope you enjoyed this tribute, as I hope you might continue to support the Historical Society with your membership. You can also support us in another important way by going to our website, clicking on Get Involved, and donating to our annual fund. Thanks so much. For the Historical Society of Carroll County, I'm Frank Batavick.